Literature is in everything. It is found in the newspaper, a biography, short stories, and poems. So why not learn to read it? So in today's speech, I'm going to inform you on literary theory, a tool to help you analyze and critique any literature. Literature is something that I've become passionate about. I've always wanted to improve my reading experience, and now that I have the right tools, this is possible. I learned about literature theory through my English class and also from an online literature class known as Masterclass. I'm excited to share my knowledge with you. I will be going over 3 main points: what literary theory is and why it is important, the different theories and the perspectives that they bring, and also how we can use this in everyday life. My goal by the end of the speech is for you to be able to put these theories to use and understand literature on a deeper level. So to begin, I want to discuss what literary theory is and why it is important. Literary theory is a style of analysis that gives new ways to study, interpret, and analyze literature to understand literature through various perspectives. This is important because seeing things through various perspectives opens our minds to new ideas and diverse viewpoints. It also can help us understand and craft our own ideas more completely. So now that we have discussed what literary theory is and what the purpose of it is, I want to introduce 3 types of literary theories and how they might bring new context to literature. We will be talking about gender theory, new historicism theory, and last but not least, psychoanalysis theory. What is gender theory? Gender theory exposes the construction of gender in a text. It simply shows you it examines how men and women are portrayed, and how they interact with and treat one another, how they perform their gender roles, and what stereotypes manifest within a text. This theory gives us a means to see the system and hierarchy of gender and how it plays out in a text. Now that we have learned a perspective that exposes the construction of gender within a text, let's move on to new historicism theory and its purpose. What is new historicism theory? New historicism theory claims that by understanding what was going on around the time a text was being written, we can better analyze a text. New historicism can be helpful because through time, a lot of things can change. Culture, social norms, technology, and many things can change and can be mistranslated within a text. New historicism theory can help us understand similarities and also differences to understand the text. So now that we understand literature through perspectives of new historicism theory, our next theory is psychoanalytic theory. Psychoanalytic theory uses Sigmund Freud's principles of psychoanalysis, like dream interpretation, but it focuses on those principles on literature. Psychoanalytic theory focuses on the characters within a story. It focuses on their emotions, their motives, their drives, and any implications about human nature to understand the text. Psychoanalytic theory purpose. It allows the reader to understand a text through the psychology of character. As well as this, it can help us understand the writer. Next. Now that we understand the 3 theories, let's talk about how we can use them in everyday life. These theories, literary theory can help us grow in our critical thinking skills. It can help us sympathize with others, and it gives us an appreciation for reading. Being able to analyze a text can help us build critical thinking skills. Literary theory can help us improve our critical thinking skills through analyzing texts. Next. We can use this in news articles. When we read news articles, we can use psychoanalytic theory to understand the writer, their motives, their intent in writing this, and also any bias. And bias is common. And news articles, 9 out of 10 in 2020, 9 out of 10 news articles had at least some bias in them. And being able to understand bias can help us understand the facts and what's going on. All right. Literary theory can also encourage sympathy for others. It makes the reader stop and think how systems can be harmful. It can also show us how we might be similar or different. Feminist writing shows the oppression of women and highlights problematic systems between gender, and is still influential in the pursuit for equality. Gender theory helps us to slow down and perceive gender relations, and encourages the reader to sympathize with others. Along with encouraging sympathy for others, literary theory gives us better understanding of ourselves. We can learn our own interests, such as horror, romance, adventure, and so on. And in the same way, we can find out what motivates us: love, fear, and tragedy, or anything else. A close analysis on a text can make us feel certain ways we didn't know were there. Literary theory is useful in what it exposes in a text and the characters. It can shed light on a system or hierarchy. Only by revealing those things can we understand, and therefore have the capacity to grow and change. So by seeing how a system or hierarchy plays out in a text, we can understand how those same things can play out in everyday life. To conclude, literary theory opens our minds to new ideas and diverse viewpoints. It can help us understand and craft our own ideas more completely. It can help us improve our critical thinking skills. And it can help us relate to other people. Everyone has a story to tell, and the ability to analyze and see their story through multiple perspectives can help bridge the gap between people. I hope this helps you with your reading experience. Thank you.